Library of Heaven's Path. Chapter 61, She Loves Me. After inviting Zhang Xuan out for dinner yesterday, they ended up meeting with Shang Bin. For him, the grandson of an elder and a high-level teacher of the academy, to be pummeled to such a state, it would be bizarre instead for him not to seek vengeance. However, since the academy banned private duels between teachers in its compounds, could it be possible that the fellow sent someone else to intentionally mask himself so as to assault Zhang Xuan here? It was no wonder that Shen Bairu would think so. After all, Yao Han's dress-up was way too bizarre. A thick layer of white cloth covered his entire face, revealing only his eyes. At a glance, the impression he gave others was of one unwilling to reveal his true identity. Furthermore, he refused to answer upon being questioned. Thinking about it now, the reason why Zhang Xuan forbade her from following him yesterday was because he knew that Shang Bin would be unable to take it lying down. He knew that Shang Bin would definitely find someone to take revenge on him. A cold gleam flashed across Shen Bairu's narrowed eyes. She was the cause of this entire situation, so naturally, it wasn't right for her to be watching by the sidelines. Do you know the punishment for attacking a teacher in the academy? Attacking a teacher? Yao Han didn't expect the beautiful lady to ask such a question. He was first taken aback, but he soon recalled the event with Shang Bin yesterday. In an instant, realization struck him. Could it be that you are that Shen Bairu? The cause of Shang Bin pummeling him was due to Shang Bin getting jealous of Zhang Xuan, as the both of them were vying for Shen Bairu's favor. He would never forget this incident even if he was beaten to death. Yet, at this moment, a beautiful lady suddenly popped up and asked him whether he knew that attacking a teacher could result in a penalty. Who else could this beautiful lady be other than her? Looks like she was here to seek vengeance for Shang Bin after he pounded her pursuer yesterday. That's right. Shen Bairu put on a wary expression as her fists clenched tightly together. Her aura billowed, "If you want to avoid any trouble, leave right now. Otherwise, don't blame me for being impolite." Being a fighter 5 Dan Pinnacle, she exerted intense pressure on others upon releasing her full strength. Impolite? Aren't you here to find trouble with me? What a lousy excuse. Seeing how she was preparing to make a move when the both of them had barely spoken a few words, Yao Han's face darkened to the extremities. As a butler of Bio City Lord residence, he was a powerful figure in Bio City. No matter who he met, they would always show some deference to him. Yet, over here, he was first beaten to a pulp by someone, and now, a lowly ordinary teacher didn't even show him respect. Rage surged through him. How could he still tolerate it after hearing these words? His complexion darkened as he clenched his fist. Without a word, he charged forward. The moment he made a move, the rebuke that Shen Bairu was about to direct towards him got choked in her throat. With no other choice, she could only face up to him. Pang pang pang. In a moment, the both of them started crossing blows. Shen Bairu might just be fighter 5 Dan Pinnacle, but she possessed incredible stamina and profound techniques. Furthermore, even though Yao Han's fighting prowess surpassed her, due to his injury, he wasn't able to take her down within a short moment. Shang Shi, what did Elder Shang say? On the pavement in the academy, Cao Xiong couldn't resist the urge to ask the young man walking over. Rest assured. As long as that student of yours did not willingly acknowledge Zhang Xuan as his teacher, he is dead meat this time. Shang Bin sneered coldly. This morning, Elder Shang ran over to the teacher guild to find Elder Mo and invited him here. As long as he brought Zhang Xuan and his student to the Enlightenment Will Tower, the latter's reputation would be ruined and he would be expelled from Hongtian Academy. That's great. The moment Zhang Xuan is expelled from the academy, Shen Lishi would definitely give in to Gongzi's persistence. By then, it would be difficult for her to stay away from you. Cao Xiong flattered him with a smile. No doubt about it, Shen Bairu was deceived by that lad's flowery talk yesterday, that's why she gave in and had a meal with him. As long as that lad scrams from the academy, I don't believe that my efforts to woo her will remain in vain. The moment Shen Bairu flashed through his mind, self-confidence welled up in Shangbin once again. He was the grandson of an elder, as well as a high-level teacher, not to mention that he was tall and dashing. Regardless of which aspect one was speaking of, he was countless times more outstanding than Zhang Xuan. In the entire academy, only he was worthy of an enchanting lady like Shen Bairu. As long as he persisted on, who else could she fancy other than him? Then, I will be giving my blessings to Shang Shi to bring the beauty home soon. Cao Xiang quickly followed up with a fawn. Rest assured, if I were to become a couple with Shen Lishi, I will make sure to reward you greatly. Shangbin wanted to laugh heartily, but the next moment, he accidentally tugged on his wounded muscles and excruciating pain surged through him. Also, other than Zhang Xuan, I will not forgive the one who beat me up yesterday, Yao Han. So what if he is the butler of Baiyu City Lord Residence? This is Tianqian Royal City, not a place for him to do as he pleases. That fellow pounded his face in public, leaving him disfigured. How could he possibly forgive him? Naturally. Cao Xiang nodded his head. Suddenly, he froze before quickly pointing forward. Shang Shi, quickly, look. What happened? Shangbin was bewildered. Unable to hold in his curiosity, he turned to take a look. In that instant, his eyes narrowed. Isn't that Shen Lishi? Why is she battling with someone else? That is Yao Han. Right outside Zhang Xuan's classroom, the two were fighting intensely. One was the goddess that he thought of even in his sleep, Shen Bairu, while the other was the person whom he just spoke of, the one who made him grind his teeth in resentment, Yao Han. The two of them weren't acquainted with one another, so why were they fighting? Shang Shi, could it be? Shen Lishi found out that you were beaten up by this fellow, so she felt angered and wanted to take revenge for you. After hesitating for a moment, Cao Xiang suddenly thought of a possibility and commented. Is that true? Shangbin was taken aback. Indeed. Otherwise, there is no reason for the two to be fighting one another. Shen Lishi has a gentle personality and treats others kindly, she doesn't get into fights easily. You should be well aware of that as well. Right after you were beaten up, she gets into a huge fight with him. If she didn't do it for Shang Shi, I can't think of any other plausible reason behind this. To be willing to go so far for you, I dare to confirm that Shen Lishi has some feelings for you, and very possibly, it could be love. Cao Xiang said. She loves me? Shangbin's body froze, as a wave of happiness gushed through his heart. That's right, there's no other possible reason for Shen Bairu to fight with that guy. Never would he have thought that this woman, despite refusing his dates and keeping her distance from him, she would actually love him so much, and care so much for him. Even going to the extent of battling a Fighter 6 Dan expert despite being at Fighter 5 Dan. This cannot do. I cannot allow her to get injured because of me. Agitation filled his heart. Shangbin felt as though he had been revived and fighting spirit gushed through him. The debt that was the hardest to bear was one from a beauty. The other party had already gone this far. What did he have to hesitate about? If he continued hesitating, then he wouldn't be a man anymore. Shen Lishi, I am here to help you. With a furious roar, Shangbin rushed upwards. Yao Han was in the midst of battling with Shen Bairu. After testing her out for a few dozens of blows, he had already grasped onto the offensive methods of the other party. He was confident that as long as he got serious, he would be able to defeat her within a few blows. Just as he was about to execute his ultimate technique, he heard a shout and Shangbin appeared before him. As I expected, they are a team. Damn it, damn it. Seeing his arrival, Yao Han's rage flared up once more. He was suspecting whether the incident might just be a misunderstanding a moment ago, but by the looks of it now, the heck it was a misunderstanding. It was obvious that these two were in it together, and they were intent on finding trouble with him. The more he thought about it, the angrier he got. As such, he no longer held back and struck down mercilessly upon Shang Bin. Shang Bin rushed in all of the sudden spiritedly, and in the turn of an eye, he started crossing blows with Yao Han. Shen Bairu was unable to react to the sudden change of situation. Upon seeing the two of them battle one another, she couldn't help but be taken aback. Can it be that I have guessed wrongly, and this man isn't sent by him? The moment such an idea popped into her head, another possibility flashed through her mind and her face darkened. I see, he is trying to kill two birds with one stone. No wonder I found it weird. If this masked fellow wanted to find trouble with Zhang Xuan, he could have just rushed in straight. There is no reason for him to be loitering around the entrance. From the looks of it now, it seems that he wants to play out the act of a hero rescuing the beauty so as to attract my attention. Humph.